Hey guys, I'm just going to do a quick little recap on what we talked about during today's meeting. So I'm going to switch to. All right, so just to recap, I did move the midterm due date to midnight tonight, so you still have time to turn that in. For those of you that did, congratulations. Just as an FYI, if you did have any issues with group members, if you're worried about that affecting your grade, if you're, I don't know, any concerns you had at all with your group, please do message me. It's not that I want to like punish anybody. I just want to know if anyone's struggling so I can reach out to them and help them because I do want everyone in this class to be successful and get college credit. So do let me know if there was any problems. I'm going to go over SA2. This is due on the 13th of April. So it's essentially very similar to your midterm. In fact, your midterm was kind of like practice for the essay. So you're going to be looking through one critical lens. You can pick which one you want, right? And you're going to look at one or more stories. So one critical lens and look at one or more stories, okay? So you can actually expand on what you did for your midterm project, or you can do something different, whatever you want. It is a 4 to 6 page formal essay, and you must include 2 scholarly sources from either the Skyline database or Google Scholar. Any of the ones that we shared is fine. I also wanted to point out, like, Wikipedia, while you can't cite Wikipedia, Wikipedia does cite things within it. So sometimes it's kind of cool to go to the very end of a page where you've got all the citations. And sometimes those citations will lead to academic articles. Um, so, you can look through them. Like, that's definitely a book. So there's some biographies. Sometimes I've been able to find academic sources even through Wikipedia, believe it or not, as long as it's, credible. So that's your essay. There's a sample essay on the rhetoric if you wanted to click on that and look at it. It's not very good, so but it's an example. So let's go back and go down to the week we're at. So when we come back, I do want you to have an outline of your essay 2 completed, and it's due on the 6th. Before 9 because we're going to continue this format when we get back, possibly until May 1st. I don't know what's going to happen, but I got to move this so I can click on it. Okay. So here is what I'm asking for the outline. So I want a complete introduction, right? So introduce the author and the title, give a little summary of the text, provide some historical cultural context, what period of time was this made, what was going on in the world, that's always important. Introduce the critical lens you're going to be using, cite the source, so wherever you got information on that lens, I need to know where it came from. And then your thesis statement, I kind of gave you a formula, you don't have to follow this, but essentially I'm looking for this kind of idea. So in or by looking at blank through the blank lens, the author highlights or conveys blank in order to blank, right? So what story are you looking at, right? Through which lens, and what is it conveying, and why is it conveying that, right? Like, what's the bigger so what purpose? And then you don't have to have 5 paragraphs. I just put 5, just whatever. But you need a full sentence for your topic sentence, and then you can just use bullet points for your evidence and analysis. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when you come back. So at least you have something done that we can start working with. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, so that's that. The other thing I'm asking is I want you guys to get ahead, like be prepared, because after we do essay 2, we are going to start talking about metamorphosis. So I would start reading it. You don't have to have it finished by the 6th, obviously, but I would, if I were you, take some time and start reading it. It's totally weird. It's totally fun to read. And then the final thing I was going to say is that, so you know how I posted this collection? So when I went through your homeworks, I literally collected all of the sources that you guys came up with that were credible, and I put them underneath each story. I think what I'm going to do is once I look through your midterms, I am going to obviously grade them, but I'm going to take all your names off of the slides, and then I'm going to post all of the all the PowerPoints like this so that you can look at them and see ideas from other lenses, other stories, other sources, and then feel free to like use those in your essay. Again, this is like a space where we share ideas. That's kind of what English and school should be like. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, if you guys have any questions or need help with anything during the break, please do not hesitate to ask me. And I hope you guys have a restful and healthy break. Don't get sick. And again, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Have a good spring break. Signing out.